what is an enemy, other than somebody who's, I suppose, in dispute with you? That's a very interesting question. In the past, I probably would have said my father, but I think as he's got older, I'm not so sure. I don't know that students are passing the teacher or old age creeping in, or perhaps things that you think when you're younger seem wise that your father does. As you get older, you actually see the flaws in some of that. There isn't one.
There isn't one?
Not my book. Never really believed in it at all. Never had an interest in it. I think it's a wonderful concept for people who need. Maybe not need, maybe that's the wrong word, who want to believe in it, but I don't feel the need, never have, and quite frankly, I'm reasonably assured that I never will do. Great believer in the Big Bang Theory. Science is all the way. It's the only reason I can possibly see for this to exist. You know, I would always come back with one argument that says, well, where did your God come from? I think that everybody has different things that they either believe in or enjoy, and I think there's room for all of it. Like your first question,
yeah,
enemies are only a state of mind. My view on it is Christians, Muslims, atheists, there's a place for all of us in this world.
Yeah.
We should learn to coexist. That to me, to be honest with you, is true Christianity. Not believing in God. It's about being able to get on and be realistic and live your life morally.
Well, you could be in love with someone and then they cheat on you and then they're your enemy, but you could still love them.
Okay. Okay.
I think random example. I think you're never in some situations, if somebody has done something that affected you, you might not ever be able to forgive them, but if it's somebody that you like very much, or it's your family or something, you can still love them even if you're mad at them or you can't forgive them properly. There's different levels, so I think, yeah, unconditional love. Unconditional love?
What is that?
What is unconditional love?
What is that? What's unconditional love?
Everyone loves their family, like you've just said. Everyone loves their mum, everyone loves, you know, anyone that they're related to. Even if they may not like them, it's still in them to love them. I think so. And circumstances are whatever they are in that situation, but at the same time you don't really stop loving somebody because somebody did something to you. I think there's a lot of levels there. So you can still love somebody unconditionally and think they're really a bad person or whatever. But I think that's, in the case of belief systems, then it definitely is, because you have a right to believe what you do and so does the other person. And yes, it may become more difficult, depends on what actions they take or what they say, but at the same time, you know, it is possible if you approach it in the right way for yourself. You know, you can get caught up in hating somebody just because they said or done something, but at the same time, if you can't forgive them or you can't find some kind of compassion for that, then that's your own issue rather than them. I think any day that you're spending with people that you want to spend with is going to be the perfect day, as long as, you know, obviously it doesn't go wrong, but spending time with people that you care about and doing things that you love, just in general. Probably my perfect day.
Right.
I think even if stuff goes wrong, it could still be the perfect day, because that's what life is, you know, it's ups and downs. But if it's with, like Fiona said, the people that you care about, doing something you want to do and just making the most of it, because you could say something like it's the thing you've wanted to do the most in your life, but really I think it comes down to the small things. You know, you can get hung up on all the things you want to do in life and you want to dream about it, and you have to think ahead, you know, and try and work for your goals. But if you're not happy in yourself or happy with, you know, your own outlook, then you're never going to be happy, even if you win £1 million or, you know, marry the person you really want to be married to or whatever. Yeah. It all comes down to, are you happy? And if you're happy with yourself, then you'll work it out, I guess. I don't know, that sounds very weird.
Depends on what the enemy done. You know, is it something that you can forgive?
Okay, you can love anybody.
You can love anybody, but an enemy, that's an enemy for a reason. You know, an enemy's it's a strong word to have an enemy. So with an enemy, there has to be a purpose for the reason for that. You just don't have an enemy, you know. It could be a best.
If they can redeem themselves, like not, if they did say sorry for whatever they've done, or you know, you could love them again.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think?
Define an enemy, or how would you create an enemy?
Or how an enemy would be created if
An
they
enemy-
did something really bad. If they did something on my family, or if they did something on my friends, or something
I mean, an enemy
really
can
bad.
do something on you, like, for instance, your car. That could be an enemy if you hear someone who stole her car, broke into someone's house, or broke into your own house, or attacked your family. It's all different ways, but to have a true enemy, it would have to be something against you.
Something really bad. Yeah. Something really bad would have to happen before I would make an enemy
Yeah,
out of them.
because I mean, you could turn around and say, I don't like that person for a reason. It wouldn't be an enemy.
Yeah. I am very into apologies, and again, it depends what they've done. If somebody stole my car and came to me a year later and said, I stole your car, I'm very, very sorry, I would think more of that. I still wouldn't call them an enemy. I'd be like, yeah, that was a really thing you done, you know, but no, you know, you really like.
Who do you consider to be the wisest person you know, and why? The most wisest person you know, and why?
Will I answer first? My granny. My granny knows everything. Anything and everything that matters. Doesn't matter that she hasn't got a GCSE, but she is a smart, streetwise woman. Yeah, she's fabulous. Oh, she is my positivity, apart from now. But like, the whole way through life, she gave me all the confidence I needed. Absolutely. Love and support, that's all I needed in life, and she gave me it. She's white.
Mine would actually be her. She met me in a really bad time in my life, and I was going through all that. And she's always so positive, and just put me in the right direction with life, and being basically just a better outlook on things. And anytime I'm negative, she's always bring me back around again. So for support and wiseness, has to be her.
Go, you read it out.
What would you do in life if you did not need to work for money?
Have a sea lion sanctuary. Love to have a big house with a sea lion sanctuary out the back, and take in all injured sea lions, feed them up and play with them all day long.
Right. Is that it?
Yeah.
How you interpret the question, it's totally up to your personal
If I
interpretation.
had enough money that I didn't need to work, I would put it back into the community, and she knows this, because there's a lot of things that I would like to do for homeless here, and just don't have the resources. Right. So my understanding is that there isn't one, but God and the devil creates from good and evil. So there's good in everybody, there's evil in everybody, and if you be good, you're going to heaven. You're evil, you're going to hell. I just believe it's two words that's taken out of, or one word taken out of good and evil, to create the God. But I don't believe in God. I just believe there's good in everyone. Well, most of us. And if people, once they get a proper age, like older, want to believe in God because they want to go to heaven, or they've done something that they're really guilty of, and they need God in their life for forgiveness. But I don't believe in God. The universe. See, I believe in the Big Bang.
Right.
I don't believe that we were put here like Adam and Eve. That all started through the wee speckle of dust in the water, and we're just existing through that.
I'm sort of on the bench of it all. I don't know what there is out there. I'd like to believe that there is something out there. It makes it very hard for me to believe because of bad things that have happened in people's lives, but I also believe that there's miracles that happen, and I don't know. I really don't know. I used to believe, not so much now.
I think so. I think you love to hate, but I think it is. I definitely think it's possible in a weird way. It's not like going to be a love, but it's going to be like you love to hate them. Yeah, I think that's. I definitely think you can. You're not going to love your enemy, but you're going to love the hate on them because you kind of. I think some people need something to dislike, and I think you get a kick out of disliking something. You
Right.
know.
Right.
Probably not answering it very well, but yeah, no, definitely. I think it's like pain on you. It's not healthy to sit and sit and think or sit and loathe someone and hate on anything. It's not like good it's not good for your mental health at all, if you know what I mean. It's definitely painful. You have to let it go. Literally, you just have to move on, get over it, open the next chapter, just move on from it. I just don't think you can sit. I don't personally think you can just sit and wallow and worry about things. Like, it's just because I'm such a worrier, but I'm trying to move on from that. So I think just need to let go of everything. So definitely, if you hate your enemy, just try to forget about it and just try to find things you like in them. So, yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely difficult to forgive someone, but I think you need to become open-minded. You have to open yourself to like seek out forgiveness with it. To forgive someone is definitely like really difficult, but it all comes from the person. Like, you need to. I couldn't just forgive someone if I didn't mean it. You have to mean it to forgive them. Where is God? Where God is, where you believe God is. I don't think God's anywhere. I think if you believe in God, God's with you all the time. He's nowhere and everywhere at the same time. Yeah. Not so much in a religious. I believe that I do, but I think that I believe in something. And I don't know if it's God, but I definitely believe in something. I think like you explore it as like throughout time, just as you get older and have experiences, and then you kind of come to your own conclusion. Really? Do what I'm doing right now. Uni. What would you do in life if you did not want to work for money? I would just move out in the middle of nowhere and just literally do. I actually don't know, because I think right now I would just go out and go on holidays and like travel the world. But in 15 years, or in like 50 years, I probably want to be lying somewhere on a beach. But right now, I would travel the world. Definitely, yeah. Do different things, see different things that I haven't seen here in little Belfast.
I think my family. My cousins. I didn't, the people I grew up with, and I didn't see them since ages. So those people, yeah, like my cousins. I grew up with her. She's in my age. I didn't see her since 15 years.
Right.
So yeah, my cousin I grew up with. What's stopping me? I don't know. Fear.
Still on time.
Fear, Well, we grew up together, She finished university. She's a lawyer. And I pretty much didn't do anything in my life, to be honest, like to be proud of. So I think that,
Mm-hmm.
And period of time, because it was so long. So I don't have like nothing to,
Show.
Yeah, kind of. Not judgment, but like fear of that. I don't have nothing to, show off, like kind of,
Nothing special.
because she's a mother of 3 now. She's a lawyer, and I'm not married. I don't have even a girlfriend. So I think that, yeah, I think that. No, I'm happy with myself. It's just maybe judgment a bit, Maybe that's the answer, Because I'm quite happy with myself, but I don't know. The pressure of my family, Because everybody are lawyers, they all finish universities and stuff like that. And I was always like easygoing, My dream was to be a rock star. Didn't happen. So
Nothing has changed.
I don't know. I don't know. I could be a better person, maybe, Yeah. I'm a good person, and I don't have to improve because I don't know. It's just people, I don't know, chasing. I don't know. You need to get some standard, like like you need to do this and this and that. I don't think that way, So, yeah. Traveling.
Rockstar.
If I didn't have to work, I think travel. you know, see different places. Yeah, traveling, I think. I think I'm too old for that, you know, kind of, because it's a money thing, you know. Yeah, I would, but obviously I can't. I would go for, you know, Asia for 3 weeks.
You would go-
If I had to, you know, choose between like 1 month in America or like 2 weeks in Asia, I would go for Asia, because it's just like it's different culture, you know. Try different things. Because Europe is pretty much, you know, if you're gonna go like to Germany and from Germany to France, there's not much difference. But Asia is like a completely different world, you know. So I would go for that, even for a shorter period of time. But you know, it's different culture, and you can learn, I think, more in 2 weeks in Asia than month in, let's say, I don't know, other country in Europe. So I would go for that. Yeah. I'm trying to save all the time, but you know, bills are killing me. I've got my bills. I've got my, you know, my house, you know. So, is it possible to love your enemy? I don't think so. How you can love your enemy? If you're gonna love your enemy, that person, you know, it's not gonna be your enemy anymore, right?
If you have your private enemy.
Well, it's not your enemy anymore. No, I don't think it's possible. Because if you love that person, it's not an enemy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's two different things. Like love and enemies. No, I don't think so. You know, it depends what you mean by enemy. You know. So when you think about enemies, I'm thinking about really bad stuff. You know, so I don't think I could love that person. You know, like person who can hurt you or you know, I don't know how you can love that kind of people, you know. Try to understand. Well, to be honest, I really don't know. I can try to understand, but if that person will understand me, trying to understand that person, you know,
It has to be a two-way thing.
yeah, there we go. It has to be like, you know, one way doesn't work, you know. It doesn't work. It has to be like, you know, the thing needs to flow, you know. It's just, it's hard to. I think God is in me, and I think God is in your, you know, in your heart, in your head, you know. There's God, I think. If you're open-minded, it means God lives in you, you know. But if you don't, it means He's not there. Or maybe she, I don't know. Well, I just get it with time, you know, and observation maybe, you know, because, yeah, like lots of people think like, you know, going to church, there's God, and it's just like, it's not very open-minded, you know. So I think if you're open-minded, you know, God lives in you then, you know. God is everywhere, like, my experience all my life, you know, like I was gathering those experiences all my life, you know. I was like, when I was a kid, you know, everybody was sending me to the churches. I didn't want, you know, to go there, to be like, when somebody is forcing you, you know, that's not very good. You need to get it yourself and trying to be a good person, you know. It's just, you know, it's simple. It's not that difficult, you know, to get it. It's just be a good person, you know. It's not like super difficult, you know. You know, just trying to be good, and yeah. Is there a relationship between science and spiritual? I don't know. It's. I would like to think there is, but from like, you know, like science point of view, you know, I don't know. The first thing comes to my head, it's like there's not, because let's be honest, you know, I really don't know. No, I don't think so. Spiritually, well, it depends, you know. I don't know. I'm not sure if God exists. If God exists, I think yeah, but if God is not there, then no, I guess it's just like, you know, pure physics, you know, universe, you know, and no, I don't know. It's a hard question, you know. I can answer like straight away and to think about it. Is it? I don't know. Yeah. like some particles, they are able to be in the. That's quite not possible in normal physics, but in quantum physics, it's possible for some particles to be, you know, in two, you know. So it's complicated. I really don't know, you know. I think I'm too small for that to understand that, you know. It's just not possible, you know. You can wondering, but I think I never will get an answer. So that's my answer. I'm still searching for things like that, you know, all the time. You know, but it's just like, I think I just don't get it, you know, and I think I never will.
Yeah.
You know, because it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Or like sizes in the universe. Have you ever seen that?
The what?
Sizes in the universe. You know, you've got like planets, solar systems, galaxies, clusters, and everything. This is just mind-blowing. It's just, really? It's just everything I'm doing, it makes no sense what I will do, you know? It's just make no sense. You know, universe will, you know, yeah. It's too much. It's too much for us, you know? Yeah, that's what it is, you know? And I think I'll never will get it, you know? I can try, you know, but instead of answers, you're gonna get more questions. I think that's how it works, you know? You know? Yeah. So that's my final answer. That's
the big question.
Yeah, that's the big question.
Big project. Wow.
Well, I would probably open up with some kind of joke, get everybody eased into it, right? I don't want everybody to think it's super serious. What would I say to everybody if I had 5 minutes? All right. It's all about perspective. That's what I would say. And there's things that people worry about during your day-to-day life. There's all kinds of shit people worry about that isn't really important. And the main thing is to experience as much as this planet has to offer. And genuinely just try to be happy in your day-to-day. Try to be happy. And find a reason to live. Find a reason to make someone else want to live. And then try to share perspective. Try to share perspective. Because that's the only way we're gonna get through it all. The greatest person?
No, the wisest.
The wisest person. It's not you.
Hey.
The wisest person I know personally. That's gonna take a second. Not you, Ashley. It's not. Well, no, I don't know enough about you yet to tell you whether or not you're the wisest. You may be the greatest person. Maybe the greatest person, but not the wisest. Because being wise means you gotta. I don't know, man. I think the wisest people that were in my life at one point are gone now. They were the oldest. It would have been like grandmas, grandfathers. They've been through life, that kind of thing. So now, still Ashley. I don't know anybody personally who I would say would be the wisest person I know. I know that simply to be wise, you have to want to learn constantly. You have to never want to stop learning. God, I wouldn't know anybody who I could pinpoint as the wisest person I know. It would have to be one of my parents, I guess. But I feel like that's just too biased. So I don't know anybody, because there's nobody that I can stop and look at besides Ashley, of course, and go, this person gets how to experience life. They get where they're going. They understand how to get through life. More so getting through life, but also, I don't know, just someone who understands how it all works. And I don't know anybody like that.
Where's God?
Where's God? This is cool. I like this question. So, I'm not personally a religious man. I tend to veer more towards science, but there is this odd thing that no one can really put their finger on yet. Maybe it's just the time that we're in, but there is this life energy that pulses throughout everything that we see and everything that we feel. And for right now, the only thing that I can call that, the one word I have for that energy pulsing throughout the cosmos, that's God. Beyond that, I don't really know. Nobody really knows. I guess that's where we all are right now. Prove it? If it's out there, yeah. See, the thing about science, man, science, what you do is you observe. You first observe. Yes, it's gotta be big. With science, you observe. You write down some theories and laws. Well, not so much laws. You write down some theories, some ideas, and you take a sledgehammer and you just beat the living hell out of it. And if it's still standing after that, it becomes scientific law. If at the end of all that, somehow we're like, we found God, then yeah, science can prove God at that point. Beyond that, I don't know. It's not really for me to say.
Is there a difference between tolerance and acceptance?
Oh, you give me a really nasty question. You picked that on purpose. Tolerance and acceptance? Yeah, acceptance is accepting you have a problem. Tolerance is putting up with it, I guess. No, I think it would be the same thing then. It would be the same thing. Yeah, well, tolerance is kind of like changing your perspective in order to kind of agree, but also maybe agree to disagree with something that you don't like. And that would be, in my eyes, that would be more tolerance. And acceptance is you don't have to like it, just accept that it's there and put up with it anyway. And that's the difference. The only way to change your understanding of the world is to learn that you know nothing by learning more. And then through that, your whole world will change. Everything, your perspective will change. Everything will change once you learn more and just experience as much as you can. And then you learn that nothing really matters as much as we all seem to think it does.